Good morning, everyone. Welcome to week 12. Another day at the clinical. So today is my last day with AL. We're gonna be switching with dementia care now. So that will be new. My brain's still kind of sleepy, but I will be back. Peace. Hello, everyone. Clinical day is done. Long day, surprisingly, even though we're getting out kind of early today. Wow, I just had a last day blast. I just had a blast on my last day on that floor. I had a patient code on me for the first time, like right in front of me. I did sternum rub, no response. They were basically like ANO 0, GSC 3, nothing at all, no response. I couldn't get any response from the patient. I had already suspected that something was wrong with this patient since the morning because everything was off about them. And then once we got back, I was just gonna be taught, or we were just gonna be doing like head to toe assessment on one of the patient. But then we saw them, and one of the caregivers was yelling and asking for help from a nurse. So we walked in there and then stepped in, and this patient was just unresponsive and all that. I checked the pulse, no radio, no carotid. So I picked her up out of the wheelchair, laid her flat so my instructor could do a CPR on her. And apparently this patient was DNR, but we didn't. My instructor was asking if they were DNR, but nobody knew. We had to get the binder, which is like downstairs and stuff. Everyone was like panicking, but we remained focused on like trying to get this patient back. Yeah, everything was so slow in there. I swear, all of this just happened in like a minute, but it was probably longer than that. Once we found out that the patient was DNR, the instructor stopped resuscitating, and yeah, you could literally hear or see agonizing breath, like, and then you could just see that there was just flat line there. And then we just put him in the bed, and we put the nasal cannula with oxygen on it, and by that, luckily, the patient was able to like recover. This patient was already 50 when we found him. Like their SATs was 50 already before the oxygen. And then we put it in the bed, and then I carried them, and then we put the nasal cannula with oxygen on it, and then the patient's SATs started improving from 80 all the way to 90, and then they started being ANO times 4 again. And yeah, that could have been my first like call from one of my patients before I left, but I saw like literally a code in front of me. No pulse, no breathing, no nothing, no response to pain, no response to anything. It was a lot to take in, so yeah, but it was a cool experience. I think that kind of drained the energy out of me though, because it was an experience that I've never seen before, so yeah, it was still pretty cool to learn about that. Other than that, everything went smooth. Everything's great. I'm gonna miss my floor. I'm gonna miss everybody in there, and then we're just gonna do. We're gonna be transferred to dementia care now. Yeah, I'll still try to have fun. That was my highlight of the day. Actually, highlight of my stay in the assisted living one. Rather than my insulin shots, that was pretty cool. You could literally see the patient turning like blue and then purple, and then you could tell they're hypoxic. But yeah, nothing more I can say except about like they were educating me about like, oh, if patients were in DNR, we're not supposed to call 911, and then technically we're not supposed to give them CPR too, and yeah, all that was new to me. I didn't know. At that moment, all I knew was like, oh, we need to save this patient's life, and they're gonna be gone if we don't do anything. So it's cool to learn about that different sides of healthcare. It's a great experience, especially seeing it in firsthand. Yeah, I'll be back for tomorrow. We have a quiz this week. Back on the grind. Act like nothing happened. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever act like nothing happened. You need to actually encourage that what happened, and then you need to examine what you did, how it happened, and then how you reacted, and then how you can be better for the next one. So never invalidate your feelings. All your feelings are valid. I will be back tomorrow for my quiz. Peace.
Morning. Welcome to another day of the nursing life. What's today? Still the week 12. I have my fundamentals and my health assessment today. Something chill. Yeah, I was still thinking about like what could I have done on that code blue or code yesterday, but in reality I couldn't have done anything better. But today we're just gonna be chill. No quizzes. Tomorrow is my quiz, so yeah, I'll be back. Peace.
Damn. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, this water's been sitting here. It's the end of my day 2 of week 12. Short day. I'm gonna do my elevator speech and record it because it's due tomorrow. So I try to go home right now. I'll be back for tomorrow's quiz. So peace.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to the last day of week 12. Today's Friday. I have my quiz for electrolyte disorders. Some light. We're almost at the end of semester 1. I have like 4 more weeks, and then we have like a little break, and then it's summer. But yeah, almost done. I'll be back later for the quiz.
Hello, everyone. I'm back to close out my week 12 of nursing. I just finished my quiz for Pathopharm. I did great. I'm happy. Not with the results, but I'm happy with my performance, and all my practice paid off. And I'm still trying to ace that final, so I'm not done working, practicing. But I'm really happy with the results on this one. So it's all the way up from here. I will be back next week. And next week for my clinical, I'm gonna be in a different floor. So it'll be fun. I will see you guys. Thank you for tuning in. That's it for my week 12. Peace.